Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I'm here with another face of the week. I hope you guys aren't sick of these. I didn't film at all last week. I had such a rough week with my son. I needed to just, there's a lot going on with him since he turned 18. Anywho, so I'm gonna feature the One Size foundation. Now, you may ask, oh, I didn't do a review. I felt like you guys probably just have foundation review fatigue because I've been reviewing so many foundations. So I figured I'll wear it and I'll just incorporate it and I get ready with me. And of course, I'm going to give my thoughts on it, so on and so forth. All right, so today we're going to start with the eyes because I never do eyes. And I don't know, I've just been feeling oranges. So I'm going to start with my MAC paint pot. This is in Belle Epic. Belle's Epic or Belle Epic. And these do-it-yourself lashes that I'm wearing, they have a severe D-curl. I didn't realize that. I don't love them. It really curls up, so, but I don't like to put it on and take it off right away because I don't want to mess up my lashes. All right, so where is that brush? Oh, here it is. So this is just like an orange paint pot. I have a few paint pots from MAC. There's so many things. I see how this such a severe D curl, so I'm gonna really have to put this like all the way up here for it to show, and that's what I don't like about this. But I wanted something simple and easy, and this paint pot is simple and easy. And when it curls like this, it's easier to get on the lashes. All right, so I've really been trying to use like as much of my makeup as I can because it's so much and I might have to start purging. So I used to have this, I made this up myself, and I think these are some MAC shadows over here. And I've been using this brown one. I think it's brown down or brown, something like that, because I tried picking it up, but it's really stuck on there. And I'm just gonna put it at the corners for some depth since the lashes curl so much. I'm gonna definitely need depth, but it's a nice brown color. Just going in the crease, because I was looking at this this palette and I'm like, I made this up for a reason. I liked all these shades. Like, why am I not using them? All right, then I'm gonna go in with the same brush I used for the paint pot, and I'm gonna go in with this. It's so awkward, like the camera, when I try to find the shades. This shade right here. This is from Makeup Forever. I don't know what it is. This one right here. But it has some sort of, it's orange and it has a glow to it. See that? It has like a little glow to it. So I'm just gonna put a little of this in the center of my lid. Oh, these lashes curl up so much. I hope you guys can actually see this shade. Oh, it's beautiful. Because I was looking at it last night when I opened the palette, and I was like, oh, this is a beautiful shade. And of course, I've had this for so long. The shades are like the shades. The pan is like stuck to it, so I don't want to rip it off. So I'm not sure what this is. Unfortunately, so I'm gonna use my Mario palette for my brow bone. So I had it in my head, like seriously, I'm not kidding. You know, I like to kid around, but I did have it in my head that I wasn't gonna buy that foundation. I really did. And then my whole For You page on TikTok got taken over with this foundation. And my curiosity just got the best of me. Because I was saying to myself, use the ones you have. Use the ones you have. You can barely use them. And I still went and I purchased it. All right, so I'm putting a little bit of the Fenty. Everything's gonna be listed in the description box. In my tear duct, just for a little pop. Just a simple eye. I wish these lashes didn't curl up this much. I was not expecting this, but eh. And that's the eyes finished. All right, let's jump into the face. So I'm going in with my Milk Primer, the Glow Primer. I've been loving this. I've used it pretty much every time I've worn foundation. I always like to do like 2 pumps. The dispenser is sort of tiny, so you don't get a lot. And I like a lot of glow because of my dry skin. Just knows as soon as the weather starts changing, it starts to get, because I noticed it's definitely, it's not a whole lot, but it's drier. It's getting there to where, okay, it's saying, oh, winter is coming. Let me start acting up. Because it's definitely drier. All right, so the One Size foundation. So I got the shade, what shade did I get? Let me look at my purchase. I got, so this is the Turn Up the Base Full Beat Waterproof Liquid Foundation. I got the shade Dark 25, Dark Deep 25 Neutral, Dark Deep 25N. Now, as far as the shades, I didn't love them. I mean, how many shades does he have? I think it could be 30 something. Okay, it's 38 shades, and I think there were 4 categories. And I went to the dark deep category, and a lot of it was like neutral. You know, I like a golden undertone, because the ones that I saw that had a golden undertone, I know would be too light. So I decided to go safe with neutral. Now, I've worn this foundation 3 times. I have some thoughts, and we'll talk about it as we go along. It's been out for a little bit, and you know, the girls jump on it. So it's waterproof. It's a matte finish. I should not be messing with matte foundations, but whatever. I have matte foundations that I like. It's longwear, it's waterproof, sweat-proof foundation formulated with only 16 ingredients that give a full coverage and maximum comfort for visible blur. So it is comfortable. It doesn't feel like matte, because you remember back in the day, like when you had a matte foundation, like when Huda first came out, it was matte, like you felt it. So this is what this shade looks like on me. So it is neutral. As you can see, it is neutral, but I figured I'm tired of buying foundations that are too light. Especially when I know I didn't need this foundation, so I didn't want to be messing around with exchanging and all that stuff. It blends out very nice. And it's definitely full coverage, but it has, to me, it doesn't have the typical, and I know you guys have it, right? For you guys that have it, it doesn't have the typical matte feel when you put it on the face, because it feels very like loose and sort of liquidy. You wouldn't think, like if you put this on your skin and nobody said to you it was a matte foundation, you wouldn't think it's a matte foundation. So you see, the shade is not bad. It's very sort of similar to my skin tone, I would say. It's not bad. Now, the first time I wore it for like 16 hours. I literally wore it. I had a long day that day, and I didn't take it off until like, I took it off so late. So when I totaled up the hours, it was a little over 16 hours. And I just had some oil like around this area, but it didn't budge or move or anything. And the first time I wore it, I also wore it with my Huda concealer in peanut butter. But then the second and third times I wore it with the Tower 28 concealer, and I liked it better with this because this had some more yellow. So I'm going to do that today. And at the end of, you know, my beat, I'm going to give you guys my full thoughts on it. So I wore it with this, and I really liked it because this has a, like, this concealer serves a purpose for me. Like if I were foundations that are very neutral, like my Prada foundation, I like to use this along with another concealer, but I find a way to incorporate it because the yellow really comes in like handy with certain foundations, especially certain neutral foundations. All right, let's talk a little bit about a foundation as we blend out. What I like about it, it doesn't give matte. It doesn't give like, oh, it's a matte. It's giving definitely full coverage, but like that, oh, it's matte. It's not, it doesn't really give that at all. Like you wouldn't feel like you're wearing a matte foundation, but the coverage is ridiculous. It covers everything, very full coverage. And for me, why I'd say it doesn't really give like full matte, because it doesn't feel heavy, does not look cakey at all. I don't know how we accomplish that, because sometimes matte foundations like the Nars Soft Matte, I love that foundation. You have to be very careful because it can give cakey if you put too much. That's one of my favorite foundations from Nars. Not knocking it, but I'm just saying, comparing, because that's what, you know, one of the matte foundations that come to mind. And sometimes you can feel that, but this one you can barely feel. It's not heavy. Is what I'm trying to say. It's not heavy at all. It has this sort of light feel, although it's matte, and the coverage is ridiculous. So if you have like any type of problem, skin discoloration, anything like that, this would be perfect for you. It covers everything. Everything is covered. And like I said, it feels super comfortable on the skin, and you get a full coverage beat. See how full coverage this is? It is, I mean, we expected that. It's Patrick Star. Very, very full size. All right, so I haven't used my Mario liquid bronzer in a while. I think I have it in the shade, what shade? Dark Deep. So I'm gonna use it today, and I don't really use the pump. I like to use the actual applicator. Oh, I forgot what a pretty color that is. So for you guys that bought the foundation, do you love it? Do you like it? What are your thoughts on it? I'm gonna give my thoughts at the end. I've never, well, I probably have. I've never really gotten the foundation and wore it and then came to talk about it after. So this is a little different, but I think I like it. I should be ashamed of myself buying this foundation. And you know what? When I did the video and I said I don't know if I was gonna buy this foundation, somebody put a laughing emoji and they said, "Girl, you know you're gonna buy this foundation." I was like, "Girl, I'm gonna show you. I'm not doing it this time." I did. Those girls on TikTok, oh my God. TikTok is the devil when it comes to makeup. Sometimes I'd just be scrolling past stuff like, nope, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. We're not doing that. There's this girl in there. She does a lot of like lip products. Every time I run into her, nope. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. Oh my God. This bronzer is so nice. Why haven't I been, well, I've been using that new Charlotte that I got. Well, the new shade. I love it. Oh, somebody said about the Charlotte that it, gosh, what did the person say? I think they say it separates or something like that. I haven't experienced that at all. You guys see my skin, right? And nothing about this looks heavy or cakey, but it's full coverage, in my opinion. All right, so let's do under eye. I'm gonna go in with my Pat McGrath powder in yellow. Haven't worn this a little bit too. I love it. As soon as you put it on, it just snatches the under eye. And I'm doing 2 powders today. I love it. My TikTok bestie, her name is well, her name is Shelly, but her name on TikTok is Runway Addicts. She is the one who, because I never thought I could use 2 powders under eye without it looking cakey. And she has changed the game for me. Because as you guys see, I always go in with 2 powders now. And that's all because of her. And then I'm going to go on top of this, not with the, what did I do with it? Not with the brightening powder, because this is bright. And I want a bright under eye today. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte in shade 2, but not her brightening. Because usually when I wear this, I wear the brightening powder over. I'm not going to do that today. Today I'm just going to use that. And I'm going to go in with shade 2 of her airbrush powder. Continue to snatch the under eye. And don't worry, this is going to work out. It's not going to look as dark when I put my bronzer and stuff like that on. So trust the process. Especially if you're here for the first time. And I'm going to go in with the Mario powder. Medium dark, medium deep honey, medium dark honey. Well, I can't flip it over now because it's open. Still loving it. And I wore it under my eyes a couple times. But it wasn't, to me, wasn't bright enough. And I still had to go in with a lighter powder. But I'm not gonna go buy a lighter shade just for under eye. I have too much under eye powder to do that. I haven't completely lost my mind. So we're gonna stick to it being around the face. Alright, I did my eyeliner off camera. I hate these lashes. They are so curled, it's annoying me. I'm gonna have to change my lash map. Sorry, I'm expecting the plumber. I'm home alone, so I'm gonna have to deal with him. So let me hurry up. All right, so I want to keep my face warm since the foundation is neutral. So I'm gonna go in with my Gucci bronzer. He's driving me crazy, honestly. All right, I'm gonna go in with my Gucci bronzer. I want to keep my face nice and warm. Yeah, so this Gucci bronzer is so good, isn't it? What are we thinking about the foundation? Yeah, so the first time, like I said, I wore it for 16 hours. And it pretty much didn't move. I had some shine around the nose, but I always put like highlighter and stuff, you know, on my nose. So it stayed in place. It's a very comfortable full coverage foundation. So I want some shine, so I'm going over top with my Armani bronzer. Everything is going to be listed in the description box. I'm only putting this on the forehead. I want my forehead to be nice and shiny. The second time I wore it for about 12 hours. Every time I've worn it for a long time. Because like I always say when I put my makeup on, I don't take it off until I'm ready to go to bed or until my son is in bed. The fact that I don't like my lashes, I don't like my eyes today, it's really throwing me off. I can't believe I literally thought this lash map would look good. Because when I started to put it on, I saw it curling and I still went ahead. I may have to break my own rule. I may have to really get in there and take it off. Because the glue I use from Yukumi, so like it grips the lashes. I have a hard time getting the glue off. Alright, so today I want to put a little, since I have orange on my eyes, I want to put a little orange blush. But before I do that, I'm going to go in with my Patrick Ta Duo, which I haven't used in a while. And I'll put it on just the way I like to put it on, which is the powder first. And this is in honey. Just put it all over my cheek for that glow. Then I'm going to go in with the blush and then I'll put the cream over top of the blush since it's fine. You can put it over powder. That's what I love about his duos. So this is Butterfly from Benefit. Put a little orange on my cheek to match the eyes a little bit. How pretty is this shade, right? And I wore it like this before and I loved it. And you're gonna see, like, when I put the cream part of the Patrick towel over top, it's gonna look so nice, which I'm gonna do right now. So I'm putting the cream, tap, tap, tap. Oh, see that? Beautiful. So cute. I'm on the nose, of course. See that? How pretty is that? Gorgeous. And whatever's left on the brush, just go back over top, because it doesn't really take away from the how shiny the cream looks. Very nice. I wish I didn't do these stupid eyes today. These damn lashes. Could have been cuter. Look at Miss Charlotte. She's hanging on for dear life. I'm going to use this until the last drop before I replace it. I washed my hair and, oh girl, and then the rain fell, so this is why it's looking so bushy. Alright, I have my window open and all the noise is coming in this morning. Alright, so I want a really nice fall rich brown lip, especially since I'm wearing like the orange blush, very fall-like. So you know the lip liner, one size, coin collector. So I discovered a nice lip combo. Remember I bought this lipstick from Makeup Forever, Anyway Espresso or something like that it's called. Something, I can't see it. Can't Stop Espresso, I think it is. So I was not like the combo, this and another, I'll show you guys. So this has a very cool grayish undertone, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it would be more caramel. I don't love it on its own. And of course I didn't bring it back, but I don't love it on its own. See, this is what it looks like on its own. Very cool, very gray toned, right? So I was playing around to see how I can fix it. And I mixed it with my Danessa Myricks in the shade 9 Color Fix. And it gave me the perfect brown that I wanted for the fall. Like the perfect brown I wanted for the fall. And I have been loving it. See how it changed it already? See that lip? See that color? With these two combined? It's a beautiful, nice fall brown lip. I love it. Alright guys, this is the end of the look. I don't like my lashes today. I can't believe I sat and I put these on. Anywho, so about foundation. Very full coverage. It's not cakey. Feels very light on the skin. Wears well all day. Guys, don't kill me. But for me, I'm not wowed. I can't find any major fault with it. Like I said, full coverage, wears well, not cakey, feels light on the skin. But I'm not like, oh my God, you have to run out and get it. Especially if you have a lot of foundations, you don't need to run out and get this foundation. Especially if you have a full coverage foundation that you like. But it's a pretty foundation. Like I said, it wears well because I wore it for 16 hours. It doesn't feel matte to me at all. I don't feel like I have to rush to wash it off or anything like that. But I'm not, I don't know. I'm not like jumping up and down, but it's very pretty. So I'm not saying, oh, you have to get this, run out and get it. I still like my Patrick Ta and my Huda better. No knock to this. It's very pretty. It's very nice. I'm going to keep it. Of course, I'm going to keep wearing it. But for me, I'm not wowed by it. It has a lot of great reviews. And I agree with a lot of the things people are saying. But like for me personally, it's just for me, middle of the road, very pretty foundation. I own several of these foundations, or maybe maybe me myself have foundation fatigue. So now everything is just like, oh, here's another foundation. That could be it too. But you know, I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. And for me, like I said, middle of the road pretty, does perform well, does everything it says, and it's very nice. But I love how the look came out. I've been loving oranges and browns for the fall. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.